Prepare to be hungry as I show you my twist on an old classic. Hey guys, I'm Junie the Orange Huntress, and welcome back to my channel where we bring the hunt home and the wild inside. Today I'm going to share with you my Venison Shephards pie recipe. I was definitely inspired by my love of pizza pops and the ease of being able to go into my freezer and heat one up whenever I really want. And really, who doesn't love shepherd's pie? If you don't, you need to try this recipe. I've definitely made this multiple times with my family and they devour it. For all the ingredients and directions, check out the description down below and let's get started. Well, look at all those beautiful ingredients we're gonna get to use today. I like to do all my prep before I start cooking, so here we go. Gotta sharpen the knife just like Gordon Ramsay. I diced around 7 potatoes up into small cubes and gave them a good rinse before I boiled them. That way it gets all the extra starches off. I put that puppy on to boil and added some salt and just waited. I diced up a cup of onion, a cup and a quarter of carrots. I got some thyme and rosemary out of my garden and chopped up 1 tablespoon of rosemary and 2 teaspoons of thyme. I added 2 tablespoons of olive oil to the pan, let that heat up, and added my diced onions and diced carrot. I sauteed those up until the onions became translucent and the carrots were a little bit soft. About 3 or 4 minutes. I added a tablespoon plus a teaspoon of minced garlic and 1.5 pounds of ground venison. Once that was stirred up a bit, I added the salt and pepper just to give some good seasoning. Once the venison was cooked, I added 2 tablespoons of flour in order to thicken everything up. Then came 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, a tablespoon of Worcestershire, a cup of chicken broth, and my herbs that I diced up earlier. Doesn't that look amazing? So I let that simmer for about 10 minutes with the lid on. Here's where things got a little interesting in my mashed potato making. Yeah, be aware of the time, guys. I added half a cup of half and half cream, half a cup of that salted butter, and gave it a good mash. And then I added 1 egg yolk. Once that meat was finished simmering, it smelled amazing, so I added some frozen corn and gave that another stir. Before I start wrapping this stuff in pastry, I gotta make sure it tastes good. I'll just take a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So amazing. You heard it here first, guys. Then I preheated my oven to 400 degrees. You can prep your own pie dough if you want, but I ended up just using the store-bought stuff. I used 4 rolls. It gave me 12 hand pies altogether. When you stuff these, make sure that you keep the food away from the edges because you're going to be wetting them down to seal them. The only thing I would change next time is to probably do 2/3 meat and 1/3 potatoes instead of equal parts. I crimp the edges with my fork just like you would a pie in order to seal it, or you can pinch it, whichever you prefer, and poke the middle with a knife so the steam will escape. Into the oven they go, 400 degrees for 10 minutes and 350 for the last 10. I forgot to egg wash the first 4, so I egg washed the rest of them, and this is what they turned out like. Look at those hand pies. Oh, they're just beautiful, and they tasted amazing. If you want to see another really good venison recipe, check out these burgers right here. And if you want to see some wild game DIYs, check out this playlist I've got going on here. Catch you next Wednesday. Thanks so much for tuning in.